Hey, welcome. First, I got to ask Todd. Todd, was the background sound on that all choppy to you?
No?
Okay. I tried earlier today, and it was choppy for me, so I was like, I don't know what's going on. But if it went out to the world good, then I'm happy. So, welcome to another stream. This is a special stream for me because it is now 2 years. Today is 2 years ago that I got on YouTube as a creator, and I actually started the Terminator 2 years ago. Those guys that have been around that long, who've been watching or paying attention to my channel that long, will remember that I opened the first pack on YouTube when I streamed. I got 4 months worth of packs initially, and I didn't open anything until I did my first live stream. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. So let me switch cameras. And by the way, Todd, I tried to change the setting like you mentioned. When the ZV-1 is in USB mode, you can't do anything to the settings. It says
Excellent.
No. So I have the Terminator power mod from Model Modz. Chloe and I had some issues getting it here. Something weird was going on with her computer, so it took me a while to get it. But I think it is well worth it because it's going to do away with any batteries that are in the Terminator. And Todd and I were talking a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of modification to what he did with his because I'm actually using his site, which is myterminator T-800.com. And Model Modz, Power Mod. So I've already got this cable out. This is the cable that runs from the base up to the back of the head. Inside there's also the power cable that goes into the battery box. She provides you with a little bit of super glue in case you don't have any. Stickers to tie this cable up to the stand, which I'm going to try something, see if I can get around doing that. I'm going to try and run the wires up inside. I've got, let's see, this is a USB to regular power plug. Hey, Gordon, welcome. And then this is a power plug to power plug. Power and on-off switch. And she switched it up. What she shows on the website is I don't know what she shows nowadays, but I know that on Todd's mod, it shows a regular power plug. Instead, she's got a USB multi-port, which is kind of cool. What came with it, was there only 2? No, there were 3, 4. No, 3. Multi-taps. So that it should work pretty much anywhere in the world. And when I looked at it, I was like, that's kind of neat. But, I sat there and I was like, how does that hook onto here? I mean, I'm looking at it and then I thought about it and I was like, that is really, really cool. It slides on there like that. So it becomes just a basic USB plug for whichever country.
Gordon says hello back.
Hey, Gordon. Glad you can make it. Let's see, that fan is going the right way. Okay. For some reason, it got up to 77 outside today. It is 80 degrees here in the shop. It is hot. So let me see. What is the first thing Todd tells me to do on here? He said he shows all the contents, just like I did. First thing on here is, and this is also how you would, and I'll show you where this came from later. This is also how you would turn on the head. Oh, there it is. There's one piece not in the kit. She also provides you with a file. And let me see if my Zoom is going to play nice today. Double check. Look at the Terminator to make sure. Yeah, so the file a gap right here, and I'm out of picture, file a gap right here so that this cable will fit through it. Let me double check that I'm got it the right spot. Yes. I want to make sure I'm filing on the bottom instead of the top here. And this is actually a really nice file.
Hello, Gordon.
I'm pretty impressed with everything I've ever bought from Model Modz. I bought the finger upgrade, you know, to where you use screws instead of pins on the knuckles, and I also bought the teeth so that he has two front teeth instead of one center tooth on the top. So following Todd's instructions, you go back and forth a little bit slow at first so that you don't end up rocking all the way, all over the place, back and forth on here. Once you start getting a little bit of a groove, then you can go faster. And I know it's bare metal, but I like to have the towel there.
Eric,
Thanks, Eric.
Yep.
Saw it. Sorry. It is, actually. And you can see it's not been 2 years of just weekly. 133 out of what should be 104 videos. So, and I did videos twice a week for a while, and there were times that I didn't do any videos for a little bit.
You're off camera, by the way.
Thanks. There we go. What you don't say, Todd, is that this takes a while.
It does.
So what do I talk about while I'm doing this?
How many seconds it'll be before you stab yourself with that needle file?
Who knows? Actually, I'm pretty good. It's going down below my thumb. I'm almost tempted, because I've got it out, to get the Dremel and see if I can get this a little bit faster. And I was looking at the gap that you put on yours, Todd, and I was like, man, that's a huge spot. And then I realized that's a huge cable to go through. Let me see. Like I said, I've got that. Of course, the battery-powered one is probably going to die on me halfway through, and then I'll feel silly. I bought this little batch of bits year and a half ago on eBay, or not eBay, on Amazon. There we go. And I say that as if it's on screen. Little diamond file there. Hopefully it'll work. And this is the batch of bits I'm talking about. Not bad for 20 bucks.
That's a lot of bits.
It is. I've gone through a lot of bits over the years with, not so much with this one, but with with regular Dremels.
Oh, I'm still going to mute you. He's noisy. Go ahead and finish, Buck. We'll sit here and talk about T-800s. Somebody sing the song. Dun, 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 dun. He's still going. I think he's trying to find the speed that he wants to use to grind it better. Work harder, not smarter. The HTM way. Oh, you know what I'm going to do while he's doing this? Oh. Okay, you're unmuted.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun. It's working, but it's extremely slow, and it needs to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to go back to the file. It's literally not much faster than the file was going. It's because it's a little Dremel, and the bit's not big enough, and the diamond tip bits on the Dremels tend to wear out really fast. You called it, Todd. I stabbed myself.
I told you.
Well, what's funny is I stabbed myself and no blood, nothing, just ripped a hunk of skin off the area where you get a hangnail.
Eric is singing the T-800 theme for us.
Yes.
He didn't like the music, but I don't want to change it once we started. I see blood. That's how I know you did it right.
Yeah. It's not modeling unless you're bleeding. Close, very close. What I'm actually doing is I'm changing the angle so that I'm biting into fresh metal a little bit better. So what do you think, Todd? If I bleed on the T-800 model, will he go blood crazy and start chasing me around the house?
Yeah, he might go live, and then he'll actually guard your stash.
Yeah. That was funny when Ian read how many kits are in my stash today. Because he's not the only person that said I've got basically a hobby store. I have more than most hobby stores do these days. Definitely have more than Hobby Lobby does on a good day. That is so close. The problem is I didn't go all the way to the top of the bit from the beginning. Voice activated mod, that would be kind of cool. Mute me for a second, Todd. I'm going to clean up the edges a little bit. So, I think that'll work.
There you go.
This notch is deep enough, longer strokes to be used, no need to file higher than the metal, blah, 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 blah. Okay, push that in there, and then put this all the way and start working on the power pack itself. Which I never got mine really glued to this piece was a snap-in part, and it was supposed to stay on, but it never stayed on my power pack worth of crap. So actually, I'm ahead in the game there. Todd says to use a small knife. Looking, where is it? Looking for Todd, where is it?
Huh.
You're
Over
supposed
there?
to say it's over there. Exactly. I'm looking for the for my what is it? My handy drill. But I can't find it. It's probably somewhere really simple that I'll find it like 3 minutes after the stream. But where'd it go? Okay, you're gonna have to mute me again because I'm gonna go right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here, and what I'm gonna do is start a small hole here, and then I've got a drill bit that gets larger with as it goes down. You'll see it in a minute. So go ahead and mute me, Todd. That's not funny, Eric. It's not more entertaining. So everything drill, I have a drawer that is full of drill bits. There it is. And I saw this, who was it? Starfield, when he was still doing videos, Wally from Starfleet Model Academy uses this. And what it is it's graduated drill bit, which is really awesome when you start with a small hole like this. You can just graduate to the size you need. And it moves pretty quick. The only problem is you're actually putting your thumb on part of the cutting surface, so it can hurt a little bit. Keep waiting today for Amazon to deliver my first kit for our Christmas group build.
Is it a surprise?
Right.
Did we get a hint?
No. Yeah, I was about to tell you. It's a it's a house kit. They have them on Amazon. It's it's got a house. You literally build all the furniture. You build pillows, the whole 9 yards. Those of us that have been talking, that are on HTM, that have been talking about this for a while, we have all looked at the same type of thing. So what I did is I put a bunch of them in the cart on Amazon and said, Andrea, which one do you like? And she's like, none of them. She truly said she didn't like any of them, but she picked one that was her close to favorite. And I'm like, okay. And it's kind of funny because it was actually one that I thought she would pick. Because since she does have a village, that's where it's going to end up at. Okay, come on. I'm halfway torn between doing what you say in your instructions, Todd, which is to use a pair of needle nose pliers, or possibly because it's not in a completely flat area. I think you found a better flat area than I did.
Look who's here.
Chloe, how's it going?
Hi, Chloe. She knows who I am. It's Todd.
I'm pretty sure she knows who I am too, because like I said, it took us a while to get this sorted out. And I have bought many things from her.
Well, if you end up drilling the hole, she's going to see a whole new way of installing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's right now the nut is cross-threaded.
Well, we're happy to have you, Chloe.
Absolutely. So if I can get this nut back off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the nut back off, and since I use a lot of super glue anyway, I'm going to glue it in. The hole is the perfect size. It's just that instead of being completely straight, it's a little bit off kilter. So if I glue it in, no harm, no foul. And there it is. It's kind of shocking. I have all the tools exactly where I need them tonight, Todd.
No.
It's not me. You know that.
No hunting for you tonight?
Not yet. And if you haven't seen this before, what I'm using is a pin vise with the head of a pin cut off, and I'm using it to apply the super glue. Thanks, Todd. I saw that. I looked up just in time to see you kill that bot. Actually, let me see. I'm really close. On yours, I keep getting out of the camera. I need to put an X on the table. On yours, your edge is right about here where my fingernail is.
Yeah, I just looked for the flattest part.
Yeah.
At an angle is no problem, you know. I just was looking for the flattest surface.
Okay, so now I need to move my keyboard because the big guy's got to come off the stand. He's been there since I finished him. Oh, that's right. It's been so long since I did anything with him that I forgot the nuts on the back are tightened down. Actually, they're not. One of them seems like it might be. Stay. Would be bad if you guys heard this sudden crash. That means Terminator fall down and go boom.
Shelf-pocalypse version 2.
Oh no, Terminator, not the shelf. We don't need another shelf apocalypse or great shelf collapse. I actually found one of his tendons in his neck today had popped off, and it was down on the base. You know, I never looked at it, but his chest plate looks like it could be missing something.
Squirrel. Don't get sidetracked.
I know. Hey, you know how we're all like that. You know what, Todd?
What's that?
I don't have to do a whole lot of trying to make a hole in this thing because this is where the pin pops in. Let me zoom out to normal. Okay, so this is where the pin pops in, and he's supported right here. There's already a hole here that's almost big enough to fit the plug through.
Okay.
So instead of trying to drill through here, just enlarge this one.
Sure.
I'm not sure if this Dremel has the power to do it, but I'll give it a shot. And if it doesn't, I'll just take it over for a couple seconds over to the other one. But before I decide which side I'm going to drill on, I should see where the cable's going to come out at. So took that off, and let me put this over here and out of the way. Okay. And I've already removed everything that I have not glued down to the base yet, which was actually most everything. It was like, I heard something fall. I did this little piece here. Actually almost out of shot here because I got to remove this panel and then this panel. And even sitting on the floor, this thing has gotten the white dog's hair on it. He's a really great dog, but oh my God, does he leak. I don't remember. It looks like, looking on your instructions, yeah, this plate has to come off first. Tell me if I get too far out of the camera there, Todd.
Will do. We can see what you're doing.
Yeah. Get a sharper head on the screw here. Maybe. Man, some ape must have tightened these down because they are tight.
I wonder who that could have been.
I think it was Eric. Always blame Eric for everything. Or no, wait. That's right. We changed that today, didn't we? Ian is now the designated person at fault.
It's always the F and G.
That's it. Actually, does this lift out with it? It does. It almost does.
Yeah, it's hard. That's why you got to take off one of the side panels.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to take the side panel off anyway to get to
the corner panel. Yeah.
Yeah. But you'd have to take one off anyway to get to the cards, or the card that's in there, the PCB. Might end up taking off both because just looking at this, I might have to drill a hole in the bottom of the pipe. Yeah, I'm going to have to take both sides off. I remember when I got to this part of the build, and I had I had the parts way before I got to the point of building them. And it was like 4 stages of nothing but flat pieces. And finding somewhere to store them was a trick because the shop was not near as roomy as it is now. Okay, so there's that panel off, which lets me take most of the way. There we go. Those pins are what's stopping me right now. Okay, so for right now, yeah. Actually, I'm going to set this over here. I am going to drill that, by the way.
You're gonna do it, huh? I like it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, get it all wired so you know which pipe to go up.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm doing. So this is now garbage. I do not need that. I don't use D cells ever. Okay, so already super glued there. I haven't super glued here yet. Where did I put that? There it is. And that should just slide on there and sit really nicely. Instead of using the pin vise, actually I will use the pin vise because there is a bit of a gap. Okay. I'm going to do it both card. I'm going to use just the bottle. And that dog's hair is even on my glue now. And he's a great dog. The problem is with the Samoyed is that his undercoat, his coat will be like, let's call it 2 or 3 inches thick. His undercoat has hairs in it that are like 6 to 8 inches long. This one side is not grabbing yet. A smart person would get the zip kicker and put some on here. But you know what we say about me and smart, right?
We don't have any of those, so.
What, smarts?
Smart people.
Yep. Okay. That's 2 cable dots together. And that one. Not the battery box, the cable. So this is going to go on here. I like the idea of coming up through here. Which is going to be right here. So you're not going to see much of anything because I'm not even going to try with the little Dremel. I'm going to go over to the big Dremel and make a hole. I will be back in a moment.
You can just sing from the other side of the room.
La, 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 la.
See?
Let me see. It's been so long since I've used this thing. I'm sitting here looking for the power switch. There it is. So instead of, I'm not even sure, am I muted?
No. We're just listening to you in all your glory.
So what I was going to say is instead of drilling a hole the drill bit back into the Dremel. Try this again. Turn on the light over here. I actually have one of the drill presses for the Dremel. It's just not in a really good position. Well, with this plate on here, the plate's in the way a little bit.
God, it sounds like dentistry.
Wow.
That sounded awful.
The bit got red hot. The bit was literally getting red hot. So
But did you accomplish your goal?
I do have a hole, but it's not a very big one. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking the pin part here out so I can see if it's even feasible to get the wire down through there. Check things like that after you've made major destruction. Always do it that way.
Look at Eric. He's promoting you.
I appreciate that, Eric. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I did with my needle nose pliers. Fortunately, I have another pair over here. See, the toughest part is going to be getting it past this spring once it's in there. So let me move this out of the way.
Well, fish the wire up through first and then drop that thing down.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a look at that.
Is that big enough?
No, it's not big enough, but if you look, the discoloration, I think this is not just some aluminum pipe. I think it's an actual steel pipe.
Yeah, it's stainless steel probably.
It is big enough. I wonder if that's going to destroy this bit.
Did you? Is that low enough on the pipe so it won't? It's below the deck of the base.
I hope so. Let's find out. Of course not. It is close enough, though, that once the cable is through there, it shouldn't be that big a deal because it's going to be right there at the corner of that rock. For this, it literally hits. I don't know if you can see it, but this pipe here,
yeah,
it literally hits right next to that pipe.
Grab a little model scale railroading bush and put it there.
Little scale model what?
Like a little plant, or a rock from outside and paint it.
Yeah. Or with where it's at, it's going to be right behind his feet, so it's not going to be visible. Okay. I hate to ruin this bit, but I'm going to give it a shot. There is one thing I don't have handy. A real drill. I will be back in a second. Play music or something.
No. He ran away. Oh, I know what I can do. Here, we'll do this.
Hindsight being 2020, Todd, you're right. I probably should have made that hole a little bit further down, but what I was looking at is I didn't want to try and drill through that bend.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm not going to ruin my little brass drill bit because I use it a lot. I'm going to drip you in several other drill bits that I have.
Oh, Gilly had a good idea. I should have made your Alexa turn off your lights.
Yeah, I could have. But what do I call her? And the funny thing is, you wouldn't turn all of them off because the panel lights are actually, they're not controlled by her. Let's see if that will fit. Not quite. Love it when the hole gets big enough that the drill just kind of goes, yeah, it's out of the way.
Gilly says you need a Makita. You got to control this drill.
I got a Ryobi.
Well.
And look at that. It works. A little bit of destruction never hurt anybody. Not too badly. Wait, I'm sitting here working with power tools. I got an alcoholic beverage and I haven't drank it yet. Now the fun begins because I'm drinking an alcoholic beverage and using power tools.
He thinks your tool is a toy.
Yep. It's okay. Does good enough for me. I mean, where did I put it? My toy blue Dremel that I had out here earlier, somewhere on the bench. I actually cut bolts off with, this one. I have cut bolts off with this thing. Okay, so For my next trick, take out my brain and play with it. I mean, so this is going to have to go in there before do the wiring up. So I wonder if Chloe is still here, and if she's going, that's pretty ingenious, or if she's like, what is he doing with my masterpiece? Damn it. Oh, man. You know, Todd, I never can make a whole stream without losing my PG-13.
Yep, Gilly just called you out. Oh, look, Chloe says that it's a nice idea with putting the wire inside the pole. It will certainly hide it more and look neater.
Thank you, Chloe. Every time I saw it, when I actually first saw your mod, I thought that's what you did.
I would imagine that might be too much for most people to drill the holes in the pipe, you know.
Yeah, because you heard how big a pain it was to get the hole started, and that was because, well, I was only able to do it because I was using a Dremel, because the smaller size let it work. If I had started with just a regular drill, I don't know if I'd have been able to make it work. But I'm very happy that it will. It's a night at the bar show. Exactly. Actually, Eric has been kind of revising that to be a teenagers and up show.
Next round's on me. What?
Cool.
I'm just a spectator waiting for Buck to buy the next round.
I heard that you're getting the next round.
Well, that's really nice of me.
What's funny is, when we go if we meet up for Wonderfest or anything like that, I should bring a challenge coin, just because I know some people, Eric, might not have one handy. You know what the challenge coin is, right?
I do.
There are several stories of how they came to be. My favorite is actually about about World War One. And for anybody who does not know what a challenge coin is, a challenge coin is, and it started out as a military thing. I think it has spread across all sectors of life these days. But a challenge coin is a coin that you get from your company, your unit, whatever. You get it from a group of people that you're together with, and it identifies that group. And if you're in a bar and somebody wraps their challenge coin, if you're a member of, like, the military quite a bit, if you don't have one, you have to buy a round. And the story that I looked up, because I was doing a first term airman class at Beale, and so it was just kind of a heritage thing. And so I asked the airmen if they knew where challenge coins came from, because I'd done some real quick research on it. And like I said, the story about where they came from I like is that a guy in World War I whose family owned a brass works, had a medallion made, and had it made for his entire unit. Had ones made for his entire unit. And he got captured behind enemy lines. He was an officer, got captured behind enemy lines, and he convinced the Germans that had caught him that it was a religious artifact, and so they let it keep it. You know, it was a religious symbol. They managed to escape, and when he escaped, he made it across the French lines, and they caught him and were going to shoot him as a spy. The French were. And he happened to have still had his coin, so he said, no, I'm from this unit, and you know, his unit had been decimated, but they happened to have one of the guys from his unit was there in the near area, and so they brought the guy in. They brought the guy in and said, do you know this guy? And he said, yeah, he's so-and-so from my unit, blah, 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 blah. So instead of shooting him, he ended up with wine and cheese. And that is the legend is that's why when you bring out your challenge coin, whoever doesn't have it buys you a drink. Guy almost got killed for a spy, and instead they treated him like so what was blocking you just there? There, much better. The heat shrink, let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. So there's the heat shrink on here. I had it stuck actually in the tube. It wasn't letting it go through. See, now it's going to go flat.
You got that all plugged in?
Yes.
Excellent.
Now that you ask me, I'm going to have to go back and look because that's how I am. That's plugged in. The red dot, which I really, really like the way Chloe did that, putting a red dot on one side. Although, let me see something. And I didn't show that, but it is showing on Todd's page that there's a red dot in the same spot on that connection. So you just line up the red dots, and then then your polarity will be right. Come on. Let me turn this back over like this. Having trouble lining it up while it's on its side. Do this again. Parts work cushion, but this is supposed to be all beat up.
My only worry was damaging the spotlights.
Yeah. Hopefully that didn't happen. Matter of fact, once I get this last screw in, I don't have to have the head connected to turn on the spotlights.
Make sure you put fresh batteries in that remote.
Yeah, there's that.
Batteries. That should be another video. You should do the mod to add a little switch to the remote. Little slide switch or something.
Could be. I didn't even think about that. It's remote. I have not.
It eats batteries in like a day or two. It'll eat them. It's gone.
No, better video would be how to just disconnect the power switch, that remote completely, because I honestly would love to have this thing just on all the time. Where is the?
Well, Chloe over at Model Modz does sell that mod to add it to your Alexa.
Yeah.
So RF receiver transmitter.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll trigger the base, but it'll turn on the head. Or maybe it'll do both. No, it'll do all of it. Yeah.
Or I could just, once I turn it on, just leave it on forever.
That's true.
It is a guard for me.
Eric is reminding you to make sure you add it to your T-800 playlist on HTM's channel.
Wait a minute. I thought I had a guy that took care of that for me. Just for giggles. Oh, I put it away. I'm going to get out my multimeter and see what they say. My remote for my TV in here wasn't working today, and I had to do the same thing.
No, it's not me. He says it's me. It's my responsibility. It's his channel, not my responsibility.
Wow. You're right, Todd. Dead. Really dead. 0.1 volt out of the 1.5 volt. So I gotta walk 5 feet out of the room. Fortunately, we buy these batteries in bulk. Speaking of the channel, or the Hobby Time Modelers channel, still didn't see that change you were doing today, Eric. Right about now, Eric.
Reminding me to turn off the lights.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be near as fun because it's not like Todd's shop where it gets really dark. It doesn't get really dark in here. It does when the power supply for the flat panels overheats and they shut off. Of course, you know, if these lights don't work, it's like, stream's over. No, it's not. Well, you know what? I actually have other USB power supplies plugged in right here too. I do like the fact that Chloe supplied, I think it's like a 10-foot extension.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting here looking, there it is. I couldn't figure out where the plug was anymore.
I think you're going to have to plug the head in because that's where the receiver is.
Oh, but the plug, wait a minute. Why would you have to plug the head in?
Because the wireless receiver is in the head.
For the remote?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Because, so what's it do? Because it's normally not hooked up. Normally, the power supply in the base is only hooked up to the...
Oh, you're right. Maybe it does have one. I never dug that deep.
Oh.
There you go.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Wow. I forgot how loud it was.
Yeah. But I love it. It works like a champ. Beautiful.
Eric says he's all set up to do HDM's first unboxing video. Fully animated intro and outros with music will be live streamed soon.
Cool. By the way, Eric, when you run out of things to live stream in 3 weeks, let me know.
He gets through his stash.
Yeah, his stash of like 8 kits. Look at that. You were right, Todd. Once it's in there, slide it down.
Is there going to be enough room? If you rotate that base 90 degrees, we'll be able to see what you're doing. Counterclockwise. We don't care if it's hard for you to see. It matters if we can see.
I know. There. Look at that. Just popped out.
Beautiful. Perfect. Gilly says it's not the size that counts, Buck.
The interesting part is going to be getting it back out through this hole here.
See, that's where I was saying you might need the fishing line. And is that hole big enough for the plug?
Nope. That's why I still have a drill. Sorry, I'm going to do this off screen.
We expect some singing while you're doing it.
So what?
We expect some singing while you're doing it.
But it's done. See, this time I started out with a hole already there. That's what made all the noise, was getting the hole through the pipe in the first place. Look at that. Imagine that. I have purple wire. I only say that because purple's my favorite color. Come on. No, not that hole.
But it won't make any difference, Eric. Eric says, Alexa, turn off the porch. See, it doesn't. He's got so many other lights.
And it's not the porch. The porch is outside.
Alexa, turn off the patio. Oh,
so now Alexa in the kitchen just said, "Do you mean kitchen lights?"
Yes.
No.
Nothing.
See, the problem is that Alexa does not recognize this room right now. It's a newer one, and when we hooked it up, it didn't play nice with the rest of them. Don't know why. So no, see, Todd, what you have to say is, Echo, turn off patio. Didn't make that big a difference. And the camera adjusted. Echo, turn on patio. The big difference that it made, especially for Eric, is the Goofy over in the corner turns off.
Oh.
The Goofy that, the Goofy, which is a Christmas Goofy, that irritates Eric no end because it has been on in my shop for 2 years.
Echo, set fire to Buck's chair. Nothing?
Nothing. She just kind of went, huh? No, don't like that.
Gilly says that she should order Andy's Sherman 1/16 tank.
This is where it's going to get interesting.
Are you feeding it up the right side of that pipe so the bracket is facing forward?
No, of course not. Why would I do that? I did not.
You're off screen, so I can't tell you which.
I'm on the wrong side, Todd.
See? That's what I'm here for.
Yep. Could have told me that after or before I drilled the hole on the wrong side.
You were going to do it anyway.
Oh, yeah. But I do know that I need to go to the biggest drill bit I got, because that's not going to be really easy to get out. And I will have to use one piece of tape because it's not all the way up to the top.
That's okay.
Okay. It's gonna get noisy, but not for very long. There, I sang. Better?
That's much better. Yes.
And that, this time it left a pretty good burr there. I don't know if you can see it, but I gotta get rid of that.
You have all those needle files handy.
And I use a pair of needle nose pliers. You just don't know how many files I have handy. Fortunately, this only goes through here one time. Once it's there, there shouldn't be a whole lot of movement. The biggest problem is keeping this wire pointed the right direction. Sorry, I'm out of camera again. Keeping this wire pointed the right direction so it goes down instead of out of the pipe. I shouldn't order that tank because, you know, that's the thing. Eric hasn't finished my first tank yet. You knew about that, right, Todd?
Oh.
My first tank build. My first tank build ever. Stuff happened. I got disgusted with it because of where I got it from. And so I sent it to Eric.
And what did he do with it? He doesn't finish anything.
Exactly. He didn't do anything with it. No,
Oh.
of course not. Whoops. Pulled that sleeve off there. Not a good thing because I don't want that to fray. Okay, what I'm going to have to do, and it's not closed engineering, it's my fumble fingers. What I'm going to have to do is wrap the very end of that in tape so that I can get that sleeve back over top of it.
Eric disagrees.
Name one kit you finished, Eric, recently. Just one. We'll wait. Right about here, if we were on Discord, this is where Eric would post a running away Teletubby.
He just says the ship. Does he mean the Arizona?
No, he didn't finish that. He might mean, but I don't think he ever finished the rigging.
He says
was
painted minis. Does that count?
No.
That's model. That's not model building. That's painting.
Well, the group we were in before, that was considered to be kind of model building. And see, Gilly says yes, it counts.
I think he was saying yes to the Arizona option question.
Well, the problem is Eric never finished his. Come on, get in there. Okay. It's in. See, here's the problem is that I don't know if I can hide all that in the head. But we'll find out.
Well,
You know,
you're gonna have to run it up his back, but that's okay.
no, you forget, Todd. Oh, you're right. Actually, I'm thinking it's further up than that.
Well, and I think I put my model on the once that stand was back together. I put the model on it and pulled the slack down into the base. But
I'm gonna lay him face down on the pavement here. Pull this power pack out, which is probably. Well, there you go. I tried to turn on the eyes earlier today just to make sure they still work. This one was turned off. And I think you're actually right. What I'm going to have to do is put him on the base to be able to do anything at this point.
Eric says he's still working on it.
The Arizona. Yeah, there's another part that there are so many parts on him. When you move him there, they just fall apart. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that, Todd.
Oh yeah, no, he's all rickety like an old man.
So what you're saying is Eric really is a Agora Terminator.
Yeah.
Wow, I just saw something. Before I can put him up there, I gotta move that camera. Actually, because the camera is shorter than he is. Sorry for the major movement.
Small little desk. I couldn't get in to fit it all.
Maybe. Sorry, don't look at my fat belly. Happens, man. Old age and fat. Purple wire, gotta get out of the way. Now I'm hanging him blind. Because I can't see.
Eric says use the bench cam pointed up.
Actually,
that may work, but you won't be able to see the head very easily.
Hang on. Let's try this camera. It's too high. It's upside down. You see, this is why you have 6 cameras. Because then you can do this stuff. Come on. A little bit further.
I just flipped the video in OBS. You can rotate the video and flip the video in OBS. So when I mounted the ZV-1, it was 180 degrees out of whack, so I just flipped it.
Well, and Mine would be, but I looked at that and I was like, okay, I'll set my camera this way. Look at that. You can almost actually see what I'm doing now. So you are right. It needs to run up here, but let's see. How am I going to do it? Because I'm particular about how my stuff looks. And that actually will all fit up there. Good. So let me plug this in. Come on. There we go. Where's the back of your skull? Are you kidding me? I even went and looked to make sure. I put the notch on the wrong side. Oh. I'm an idiot, Todd. Todd, are you there?
Oh, that's. I was laughing out loud, but I had my headphones on mute. Well, now he has a vent hole, and you need to grind another one.
Yep.
Now you have a little hole in the top. You can make him wear a Santa hat on a pin or something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's for another time. For right now, I'm just going to.
Yeah, I got rid of him already.
Yeah, what?
We had a bot pop in.
Ah. Okay. He's hooked up. I'm going to tape this to come up around here and then run up the spine. But rather than have everybody sit here and listen to me grind another hole in his head, okay, that is on. Remote is missing. I don't see the remote. Where did I put that thing? Oh, there. So that's on. Trying to remember. Oh, wait. That's right. That's the one thing that we haven't gotten around yet.
Pushing that button to sync it. Oh, Chloe's still here, and she says, I have a spare head plate if you want one.
Oh, that would be beautiful. That would be awesome, Chloe.
So now you need to order some more mods, and she'll throw it in there for you.
Yep. There we go.
Look at that.
Very cool.
See, now you can see it plugged in and turned on all the time.
You know, that's actually what I plan on doing because it's all LEDs. And so it won't, you know, it's not that costly. So let me see.
We have a Facebook user that says you should double check everything and then check again. You don't make any mistakes.
I did double check it.
It was the triple check you needed.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take him and set him over on my work desk. He still weighs a ton.
Yeah. Eric says it looks awesome, though.
It does. Well, that's what I'm doing right now is I'm going to set him over here, use the extension. I'm going to turn him on, turn everything on, and turn off the lights.
Nice work on the install, though.
Yeah,
it worked.
Just one mistake.
No, but I mean, like running it up the pipe, that worked really well.
Oh, yeah. I am very happy with And oh, by the way, this cable is probably the one that's supposed to go into the base. And actually, I said 10 foot. It's about a 6 foot cable. I really, really like what Chloe provides with this kit.
The Facebook user says, "Looks brilliant though, mate. How much was the kit to buy?"
I do not remember. It was.
I will. You know what? I'm gonna go dig it up, and I will throw the link in here.
I think it was 54 pound. I think.
£25. Oh no, Power Mod only is 45 pounds. The Power Mod plus the Alexa Google Universal Remote Broadlink control is 75 pounds. But I will throw the link in here.
And I don't have all that because I'm cheap. My plan is, though, that he will, like you said, Todd, he's going to stay on all the time.
Is that his home?
No.
Oh,
That is just and that's just a temporary spot so that I can turn him on. That's right. Shake the head up again. I don't know if you can see, actually. Echo, turn off patio. I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up because it's a bigger screen that I have. Didn't help.
Facebook user says, "Thanks, guys. Good luck with the rest of your build."
Thanks for coming by. Here we go. One more light.
Oh, you got to turn off that bench light. There you go.
Yep. That is not too shabby. I do have one last slide I can show you. Not too shabby at all. I can't tell if the eyes are moving.
You can hear them.
Is that the eyes moving or is that one of the dogs whining? I know the eyes didn't move. They don't look like they moved that far. But the jaw's opening and closing. And I do have the red and blue lights. Matter of fact, let me angle this one a little bit. There. Now it's not shining straight into the thing. I have the red and blue lights actually crossed up from what they're supposed to be because they're supposed to be one in the front or either red in the, I think it was red in the front and blue in the back.
Yeah,
and I did.
Thing.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs a new head plate. And he needs a new head plate, which I'll fix the one. I'll do what I can with this one, but next time I order something, I really appreciate if Chloe's going to throw that in. And I need to take down the wire. He's basically done. I'm not going to do all the stuff that you did. Echo, turn on patio. All the excess stuff on the ground.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
I did most of that just to hide the cracks and the seams and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, make it look interesting. And it wasn't just all gray with a couple rusty parts. I could add a bunch of color and stuff to it.
Yeah. Well, he's going to sit there like that in my display room. When you walk in, to the right of the door is where he stands. To the left of the door is where R2 stands.
Nice.
Iron Man is going to stand across the room. Pardon?
They're guarding it.
Exactly. They're guarding the display. Unfortunately, he does not move.
Chloe says, looks good. Well done. Facebook user asked, does he move as well?
He does not.
Well, his mouth does, and his eyes move.
Yeah. His eyes move left and right, and his mouth moves. But other than that, he doesn't move.
But he is posable to a certain extent.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I lost track of which camera was which. And he does, you can get, in the UK, they, I think it came free with him. It was one of the perks. But, and Todd, I think you picked up the gun.
Yeah, it came with it.
Did you get it from overseas or did you buy it through Agora?
No, I had my kit came from Hachette and I had it shipped here because the Agora wasn't selling it yet.
Okay, because Agora, it was $80 for the gun.
Well, you should have seen how long it took for that to go through customs because they were not happy about it.
I can believe it. But what was funny was, and I've shown you this, Todd. Agora, it was $80. This is what I give him to hold. This was $15.
Oh, we lost focus.
I know. Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah, this was $15, and it looks not too bad. I could paint over the silver and make it completely black, but either way, it doesn't look too bad until you do this. Then it goes from not a bad prop for the Terminator to a flippin' kid's toy. Which I'm actually surprised that I was able to get that these days because the way the world is. So we're at 90 minutes, and I'm going to call it a stream. And if you look, you can not only see the Terminator sitting on my work desk. There's the bus, which I'll be working on Monday. And I need to do a shop tour sometime because since I redid this place, it looks fantastic. And it's got so much room because literally, I've got so many kits in progress, but literally the ones that are actively being worked are right behind me. You can see the Lisbon tram there. So, like I said, I'm going to call it a stream. Had a good time. Love the mod, Chloe. Need to check your site and see what you've got. If you've got anything for that, either for the London Routemaster or for the VW Samba, which I haven't even started yet, because you will be getting more business.
I agree, Eric. Smash that like button, subscribe. Congrats again on 2 years, for sure.
Yep.
Heck of an anniversary show.
Oh yeah, and anybody who's here tonight or watches later on, don't forget to stop by on. I was going to say on Friday. Tomorrow, starting at 8:00 Central Time US, we will be live streaming again. We've had up to 9 people on there. We can have up to 10 people in the video chat. We used to post a link. We've changed how we're going to do that because we had some tomfoolery on Sunday, which to the places that it was streamed to, the stream has been deleted. Todd has the only copy of that stream left in existence, and he had to delete part of it. We've decided we have to vet people before they are able to join the stream. So what we're going to do is we have a Discord, and it is posted in the link. The description link will also post it in the chat. All you got to do is you have to join the Discord, and you don't have to stay on the Discord forever. We just need to make sure you're really a real person. Join the Discord. One of us will come in there, chat with you for a couple of minutes, find out who you are, make sure you're not an idiot that's trying to do something stupid. and then we will make you a member of the Discord, and the link will be actually posted in the general chat there. Thanks, Chloe. Thank you for stopping by. And by the way, Chloe, if you want to, I know you got the link posted to Todd's build, and I think you've got another one. If you want to post, up to you, completely up to you. If you want to link something to my video here to show a different way of running that power wire, feel free. I have no problem with that at all. So everybody have a great evening. I will talk to you tomorrow and on Monday again as well.
Now wave.
Like and subscribe. Yep. What?
Said wave goodbye. That's your signal.
Wave goodbye. Oh,